Hello guys, welcome to Econ Show. In this video, I will be covering from question number 81 to 100, entire 20 question series in this video itself. So let's start. With reference to the Constitution of India, consider the following statements. No High Court shall have the jurisdiction to declare any central law to be constitutionally invalid. No, this statement is wrong. Under Article 226, High Court can issue various writs, habeas corpus, certiorari, and quo warranto, where it could declare the central law if it violates the fundamental right and the other rights which are there concerned in the Article 226 of the Indian Constitution. So statement 1 is wrong. An amendment to the Constitution of India cannot be called into the question by the Supreme Court of India. No, this is wrong. This is not right. It is actually the wrong, because in 2015 the Supreme Court struck down the NJSC Act, which was passed by the government, and the Supreme Court said it actually violates the basic tenet of the Constitution, that is the basic structure of the Constitution and the separation of executive from the judiciary. Hence, the Supreme Court actually annulled the amendment act passed by the Parliament. Hence, this statement is wrong. So, statement option D is the right answer. Question number 82. Purchasing power parity exchange rates are calculated by comparing the prices of the same basket of goods and services in different countries. This is absolutely right. We can understand it by one example. Suppose we have to purchase 1 kilogram of apple in USA and 1 kilogram of apple in India. Suppose 1 kilogram of apple in USA costs $2 and 1 kilogram of apple in India costs 100 rupees. So, according to the purchasing power parity, $2 is equal to 100 rupees. So effectively $1 is equal to 50 rupees. So this is according to the purchasing power parity exchange rate. In terms of the PPP dollar, India is the 6th largest economy in the world. No, it's not right. Actually, India is the 3rd largest economy in the world according to the PPP price. So statement 2 is wrong answer, and statement 1 is the only right answer. Let's go to question number 83. With reference to the cultivation of kharif crops in India, in the last 5 years, consider the following statement. Area under the rice cultivation is highest in the India. Yes, absolutely right. Area under the rice cultivation is highest in India. Rice is actually the second largest production that India does in the world after China. And then statement second says area under the cultivation of jowar is more than that of oilseed. No, it's not right. Actually, oilseed production is far higher than the jowar cultivation. So statement 2 is wrong. We can actually eliminate from statement 2 all the option. Area of the cotton cultivation is more than that of sugarcane. It is actually right. Area of the cotton cultivation is higher than the sugarcane. And option 4 says area under the sugarcane cultivation is steadily decreased. No, it has not steadily decreased actually. So we can eliminate option 4. So option 1 and 3 are the right answers. Question number 84. Among the agricultural commodities imported by India, which one of the following account for the highest imports in terms of value in the last 5 years? Actually, India imports a lot of vegetable oil, especially the palm oil from the Malaysia and Indonesia. India imports about 14 million metric ton of oil to meet its domestic needs. So India import a huge amount of vegetable oil from the East Asia, Southeast Asia. Let's go to question number 85. In the context of the polity, which one of the following would you accept as the most appropriate definition of liberty? Liberty, protection against the tyranny of the political ruler. No, this is not that absolutely right. Absence of restraint in a yes, in a negative sense. Opportunity to do whatever one likes, maybe right. Opportunity to develop oneself fully. This is the most appropriate. Although B is also somewhat acceptable, because absence of restraint actually gives you the freedom, but in a negative way. Opportunity to develop oneself is a more positive statement. It allows you to develop your own your material, mental, spiritual, and intellectual development. So option D is more appropriate. Let's go to question number 86. Which one of the following is not the most likely measure the government or RBI takes to stop the slide of the Indian rupee? So these are the 4 options. Curbing imports of the non-essential goods and promoting exports. So actually this is the right way to actually to stop the slide of the Indian currency, because when you curb the imports, you actually reduce the need for your forex. So actually in this way you actually protect your currency. So this is right, but is not the answer, because the question is asking about not. Encouraging Indian borrowers to issue rupee denominated masala bonds. Actually Indian investors, those industrialists who want to raise loan can actually issue loans in the UK through the masala bonds. Masala is a name that has been given to the bonds issued by the Indian investors and in the Indian industrialist. And so it is also the good measure, but it is not the answer, because the question is asking about not likely the measure the government would take to stop the state of the Indian currency. Third is easing condition relating to the external commercial borrowing. That is, you can easily borrow from the external market. So when you borrow from the external market, what you actually do is you actually like try to take your dollars from that market, and you will store that dollars in your RBI, so that actually it could have it could actually hedge against the rupee and rupee depreciation, and could actually make your economy more solid. So this is also not the right answer. Following fourth is following an expansionary monetary policy. It is not, because it is not the most likely measure, because well, this should be the answer, because expansionary monetary policy is like having everything that is being done in the your own domestic structure. It has nothing to do with your foreign economy, except for the like factor if we include the inflation. So inflation could be one thing, but if inflation is under control, then following an expansionary monetary policy is not a problem. Then let's go to, so here the answer is actually D, that I have said, that is because not likely the measure. Question 87. Consider the following statement. Reserve Bank of India recent directive relating to the storage of the payments system data, popularly known as data dictate, command the payment provider that they shall ensure that entire data relating to the payment system operated by them are stored in a system only in India. So this statement is actually right, because RBI wants the data to be stored and protected within India. It does not want its payment data to go abroad and get processed outside the India. So statement 1 is right. Statement 2 says they shall ensure that the system are owned and operated by the public sector enterprises. No, it's not that. Public sector enterprises are not being encouraged to go into these kind of things. They like private firm could itself like own and operate those data and system within the India, but they should be like located within the domestic boundary of the India. So second statement is not right. So we can actually eliminate second statement. Now we have the third. They shall submit the consolidated system audit report to the CAG of India by the end of the calendar year. No, actually it's not right. They have to submit an audited report to CERT in Computer Emergency Response Team India. So this statement is also not right. So we have option A to be the right answer. Now we have to go to question number 88. Which of the following adopted a law on the data protection and privacy for the citizen known as the General Data Protection Regulation in April 2016 and started implementation of it from 15th May 2018? Actually, it's a straightforward question. That's the European Union. European Union was quite in the news, and General Data Protection Rule is the thing that was actually introduced to protect the personal data, because to protect the processing of the personally identifiable information, because such information could be very sensitive, and to protect such sensitive information, strict laws like General Data Protection Regulation was introduced in the European Union. Now we have 27 countries, because England has actually exit that European Union. So initially it was for 28 countries, and now it is for 27 countries. Now for question number 89, recently India signed a deal known as Action Plan for Prioritization and Implementation of Cooperation Areas in the Nuclear Field, which with which of the following countries? This answer is Russia, because then the then President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, visited India, and he signed with India the Action Plan for Prioritization and Implementation of the Cooperation Areas in the Nuclear Field. So it was then like in the news that in the year 2018-19. So it was picked from that topic. The money multiplier in an economy increases which are the following? You know the money multiplier's formula. Money multiplier is M upon H, that is high powered money, 1 plus C upon C plus R. This is currency deposit ratio, and this is reserve deposit ratio. You can write C is equal to capital C by capital D, and R is equal to capital R by capital D. So the money multiplier in economy increases with which are the following? Increase in the cash reserve ratio. See, cash reserve ratio basically suppress your currency creation, because cash reserve ratio is the amount that the bank has to keep with the RBI, and this amount cannot be actually lent to the corporates and other business entities. Hence, the money creating capacity of the economy gets reduced. Hence, the multiplier is not enhanced with the increase in the CRR ratio. So, statement 1 is not right. Increase in the banking habit of the population. Yes, this could be an answer, because increase in the banking habit could actually promote the more population to have savings account. They could actually deposit more amount in the banking structure and banking system, and hence the banks get more liquidity that could be channelized to the investors in the form of loan, and that could act as an asset, and hence the multiplier process could be boosted. So statement B could be the answer. Increase in the statutory liquidity ratio. No, statutory liquidity ratio again dampens the money creation, because a certain fraction of the deposits that the bank has to keep it itself, like the gold and cash, which it could not lend to the private investors, to the corporates, to the persons who are investing in the business houses. So it doesn't actually help in the money creation, hence it does not create to the money multiplier. Then option D says increase in the population of the country. No, only increase in the population is not responsible for money multiplier. You need to have people connected with your formal banking structure, formal lending institutions, and these formal lending institutions help channelize those savings of those population, and channelize those savings into the in the hands of the corporates and business houses. And hence, since only rise in the population is not the proxy for money multiplier, so we should not mark it, right? So only option right, that is option B. Let's go to question number 91. In the context of digital technologies for entertainment, consider the following statement. In the augmented reality, a stimulated environment is created and the physical world is completely shut out. Actually, this is not right. This is true with reference to virtual reality. It is the virtual reality, a stimulated environment is created and the physical world is completely shut out. Okay, so this statement is not right. In virtual reality, images generated from a computer are projected onto real life objects or surrounding. Again, it is not right, because they are actually swapped. This is for the augmented reality. In the augmented reality, we have the real world images and they are being projected upon. But in the virtual reality, new world is created. Your own sets of projections are there. You might have seen very sci-fi movies. So a new world is created. It's virtual reality, and in the augmented reality, own set of realities are being augmented with the help of computer, with the help of your processor, and you actually use such gadgets to help visualize the augmented reality. So statement 1 and 2 both are wrong. So 1 and 2 are both are wrong. So let's read statement 3. Augmented reality allows individual to be present in the world and improve the experience using the camera of the smartphone or PC. That's absolutely right. Actually, it allows such thing. Uh, it allows the improve the experiences using the camera and smartphone. And option 4 says virtual reality closes the world, right, and transposes an individual, providing complete immersion experience, right? Like in the virtual reality, you might be taken to the moon, and a new set of environment will be created where where there is a water in the moon, there are less gravity, and you could actually walk and everything. So that kind of thing is there in the virtual reality. So statement B, that is 3 and 4 are right. Question 92. The word Denisovan is sometimes mentioned in the news. See, Denisovan was a very particular question that was in the news because an early human species, an early human species fossils were found, and it was found in the Siberia, and the scientists have actually called it the word Denisovan. So it was like with reference to that particular event that happened in the year 2018. So it was an fossil of the early human species. Let's go to question number 93. With reference to the recent development of science, which one of the following statement is not correct? Which one of the following statement is not correct? Statement 1 says functional chromosome can be created by joining segments of DNA taken from cells of different species. Cells of different species. No, 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 no. You cannot create a functional chromosome with different species. That is species different. That is, one is dog, one is cat. You cannot create a functional chromosome by uniting the joining the segments of DNA taken from these two and making a functional chromosome. It's not possible. So statement 1 is not right. So actually the question is also asking about not correct. So A is the answer. So we can also go to B. Pieces of artificial functional DNA can be created in laboratories. Right, artificial functional DNA can be created in laboratories. That is absolutely right. It has actually been done in the USA. A piece of DNA taken out from an animal cell can be made to replicate outside a living cell in a laboratory. Absolutely right. It can be made to replicate outside a living cell in a laboratory. There are various examples. You might have heard about the test tube babies and in vitro fertilization. They may be like done outside the human body in a controlled laboratory atmosphere. So statement C also right. The cell taken out from a plant and animal can be made to undergo cell division in laboratory in a petri dishes. It's also right. In the 9th and 10th we have actually seen this kind of experiment in our school days. In the petri dishes we have done this. So it's also the right statement. So according to the question, it should not be the answer. It should not be the answer because the statement is right, but it should not be the answer because the question is asking about what is not right. So according to not right, we have the answer, that is A. Now question number 94. Question number 94 says a digital signature is a digital signature is an electronic record that identifies the certifying authority issuing it. No, it's not an electronic record that identifying the certifying authority. It is actually a mathematical record. It's actually a mathematical record that identifies the certifying authority issuing it. A barcode is actually given to the person who issues the digital signature, and that actually helps in identifying the certifying authority. So statement 1 is not right. So you can actually cut it wrong. Now you have 2, 3 or 3. Used to serve as a proof of identity of an individual to access information or server on internet. No, it is not used as a proof of identity of an individual. So it's not right. Now we have actually option 3 only left. An electronic method of signing an electronic document and ensuring that the original content is unchanged. That's absolutely right. That is very important because in the age of digital era, we have many manipulations and many things that are actually happening. So in order to protect the legitimacy, electronic method of signing an electronic document and ensuring that the original content is unchanged. That is absolutely right. Now, in the question 95, in the context of the wearable technology, which of the following tasks are accompanied by wearable devices? So, it's actually the kind of Internet of Thing question because we are now connected to the gadgets in our day-to-day life. The statement one says location identification of a person, right? We have GPS for that. Sleep monitoring of a person, right? We have different clocks that actually monitors our sleep. Assisting the hearing impaired person, again it's absolutely right. We have seen many oldish person are now wearing such wearing the various devices which are helping them hearing. So all the three statements are the right statements. So option D is the correct answer. Now last sets of 1 2 3 4 5 6 questions. Now RNA interface RNAi technology has gained popularity in the recent time. RNAi interface technology has gained popularity in the recent times. Why? It is the question of why. So RNA interface regulatory system occurring with a eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic means a cell with clearly defined nucleus that controls the activity of gene. So RNAi functions specifically to silence or deactivate genes. So it is used actually to silence and deactivate the genes. So we can actually mark it right. So RNA interface technology has gained popularity because it is used in developing gene silencing therapies. It's absolutely right. Then statement 2 says it can be used in developing therapies for the treatment of cancer. Right. Actually, it can be used in the treatment of cancer. Apart from treatment of cancer, it is also used in treating varieties of the diseases like muscular degeneration, hepatitis, AIDS, Huntington disease, and cancer. So all these like AIDS, Huntington disease, cancer, all these things are like being cured or being like tried to improve with the help of RNA interface. Now, statement 3 said it can be used to develop hormone replacement therapies. No, it's not that. Like it cannot replace hormone. It is like it cannot be used to develop hormone replacement therapies. So, statement 3 is not right actually. So we can actually cut it wrong. It can be made to use. It can be used to produce crop plants that are resistant to viral pathogens. It is also right. It can be used to produce crop plants that are resistant to viral pathogens. So this is actually right statement. Now question number 97. Question number 97 says recently scientists observed the merger of giant black holes billions of light years away from the Earth. What is the significance of this observation? Actually, recently, what scientists have observed, there are two supernovas of like a black hole in each of these systems finally come together in millions of years. Their encounter with each other, will produce gravitational waves, and these gravitational waves produced by the collision of these two very heavy massed holding black holes are being like they actually produce the great I should say that waves that are called the gravitational waves, and actually the gravitational waves are also being experimentally recorded via the LIGO experiment. So it was actually recorded in the earth itself through the LIGO experiment. LIGO experiment means laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory. So observatory should be in the other. So it was that kind of thing. So actually the black holes that actually billions of light years that we have seen have actually helped in the proving the Einstein's theory of the gravitational wave, which actually he has said in his research paper, but that was not proved in a laboratory or in a experimental world, but now by the year 2018-19 that has been proved. So statement B is the right answer. We can also read the other options like Higgs boson particles were detected. No, it's not right. Higgs boson particles were detected in the experiment that has been done in the CERN Large Hadron Collider. So CERN is actually conducting experiment for the understanding of the how come this like when two highly charged particle collide with each other, then what kind of earth particles, like actually that was called by the scientist as the what are the god particles. So these are actually was tried to understand during the Large Hadron Collider, which was there in the CERN. Statement C said possibility of intergalactic space travel through wormhole was confirmed. No, this is not right. It enabled the scientists to understand singularity. Again, singularity is a concept given by very famous scientist Stephen Hawking, where he said there is a time-space singularity, which would explain everything. So there was also a movie called Theory of Everything regarding Stephen Hawking. So, but it's not the right answer. Correct answer is the gravitational waves were detected. Let's go to question number 98. Which of the following are the reason for occurrence of multi-drug resistance in microbial pathogens in India? So which of the following are the reason? So statement one saying genetic predisposition of some people. No, it's not right. Genetic disposition is not the reason for the multi-drug resistance in India. No, it's not the right. Taking incorrect doses of antibiotics to cure disease. Yes, it's right, because when you take incorrect doses, you actually make your body not properly react to the antibiotics and actually make your virus or bacteria resistant to it. So actually then we can say that taking incorrect doses of antibiotic to cure disease actually causes multi-drug resistance. Then statement 3 says using antibiotic in livestock farming. Again, right, antibiotic in livestock farming could actually, because when you consume the products from the livestock like milk and other products, then actually they are being transferred to us. So actually then again it can cause the problem of multi-drug resistance. So we can say what is not the right answer. 2 and 3 are the right. 2 and 3 were there. Now we need to read question option 4. Multiple chronic diseases in some people. Also right, multiple chronic diseases in some people can also be one of the prime reason why multi-drug resistance is there. So option D is the right answer. What is Cas9 protein that is often mentioned in the news? Cas9 protein is it's a very revolutionary research in the field of biotechnology, where uh, uh, your poor DNA or the not properly functioning DNA, or which or the part of the DNA that are the genes which are not good for the human body, they are being cut, and they are being cut from the those structure and being replaced. So actually this cutting from like this Cas9 protein is that thing. So let's read the option first. A molecular seizure used in used in targeting gene editing. So this is very right option, because a molecular seizure, because Cas9 protein is a molecular seizure used in the targeting gene editing. Why? Because to improve your genetic structure, genetic quality, and remove the anomalies or the bad thing or bad trait which can cause problem to the baby in the near future. So statement A is right. Let's also read the other. The biosensor used in the accurate detection of the pathogens in patient. No, it's not right. Gene that makes plant pest resistance. No, that's not right. Actually, you can call it that we use in that agricultural revolution, genetic engineering, biogenetics, and everything. And then herbicidal substance synthesized in genetically modified crop. No, it's also not the right option. So we have to go with option A. Now, this is the last question. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Question is asking about not correct. Uh, Option A says hepatitis B virus is transmitted much like HIV. This is absolutely right, because hepatitis B virus is transmitted just like the way HIV, like through semens, through fluids, through contact with the infected person, or like the way HIV is transmitted, like the using of the um, syringes which are being infected by the HIV/AIDS person. So this is the right way where like HIV and like hepatitis B and HIV both are transmitted in a similar way. So both like this statement is right. Question option B, hepatitis B, unlike hepatitis C, does not have a vaccine. No, it's false actually, because hepatitis B has a vaccine. Hepatitis B actually causes a problem. Hepatitis B causes the problem in the liver, and actually that liver damages the liver in the long run. So it is actually the preventable disease. If you take the proper vaccine on a proper time or at the right time, then you can actually prevent your disease from occurring to you. So this statement is false. Actually, question is also asking about what is not correct, so you can mark it B as the right answer. Globally, the number of people infected with the hepatitis B and C are several times more than infected with HIV. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So this is true statement, or I should say right statement. Some of those infected with the hepatitis B and C virus do not show the symptom for many years. This is also right, because many times your immunity is strong enough, so these symptoms are not visible. But later on, when your immunity goes down or you become old, then these kind of diseases comes to your body, and they show that you were suffering from this disease over a long period of time. Hence it can happen that it shows in a long period of time. Same is also with HIV in the initial years it may remain dormant, but when you grow old and when you stop like being so much stronger from the immunity point of view, then HIV shows its strength. So this statement is also right. So effectively we can say that option B is the right answer. So guys, in this video of the I have made the all the parts of this video like make it complete for the UPSC preparation. I hope you have liked the video, so kindly like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thank you.